Hey, this is my first video book review, so please go gentle in the comments. All right. In 1933, popular publications brought out their competitor to the Phantom, the Spider. Notably, Stan Lee of Marvel fame was a fan of the series as a boy and credits it in part for inspiring Spider Man. Written by R.T.M. Scott, The Spider Strikes was the 1933 premiere of a character who would go on to star in 117 more novels, nearly one 60,000-word novel per month. NaNoWriMo was every mo. My normal genres are dark fantasy or humor/satire with some space opera for good measure. But I've been reading pulp fiction to get to know the genre better. Plus, I'm working on a story set in 1945 where two characters bond over a shared love of pulp fiction, so I'm reading some of the books I have them read. Okay, The Spider, aka Richard Wentworth, is a man with family money and no job. So, like a lot of rich, bored dudes, he solves crimes and punishes bad guys, often by killing them. Meanwhile, he's friends with a police commissioner and has famously helped the police with cases, keeping his public image of a dashing and daring detective not too far from his secret identity of an invisible and murderous punisher of crime. We meet Richard on a transatlantic steamer, returning from an attempt to catch a wily and notoriously successful criminal over in Europe. His trip was mostly a failure, but on board he takes pity on a young man who was cheated by a card sharp, ending up having to kill the card sharp in the process. You know how things go. Despite the trouble it could cause him, he pulls out his stamp and marks the man with the imprint of the spider. How he escapes the cruise ship I won't describe because spoilers. So, when he returns to New York, it turns into a game of cat and mouse, with the criminal trying to kill Wentworth while Wentworth tries to kill the criminal. Right? Wentworth is lithe and athletic, clever and deadly, a wealthy vigilante crime fighter. And in this Mr. X, he may have met his match. Of course, he doesn't, because the spider saw 117 more adventures over the next 10 years. But the author keeps it interesting before the gripping finale. So, for fans of the newish hard-boiled detective genre back then, the twists and turns of the story may have seemed pretty ingenious. That was 90 years ago. Today it feels familiar, but it remains a fun and fast-paced read. Also, think about it. We'll be waiting 3 years for 8 more episodes of the continuing adventures of Carol Sturka. But the writers, mainly one dude, were churning out a full-length novel every month. We're sorry if we upset you, Carol. So, for my first review, I was going to come up with some cutesy rating system like Greg's Goblets. But let's not. 4 stars out of 5. So here's a link under the cover here. You can read the text of this review and get other useful links on my blog at bounce.ws/booktalk1. I'll wait a sec, leave it on the screen while you type it in. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe for more. That's my time, man. In the words of the philosophers Bill S. Preston and Ted Theodore Logan, be excellent to each other and party on, dudes.